Hello, 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 and welcome back to another episode of Two Angles on Angling. This is Jordan with my co-host.
It's Ryan, guys. What's up?
All right, so we're coming at you on a Sunday. It is around 4 o'clock.
Yeah, and it's like kind
Pretty
of
darn
dark.
cloudy,
Yeah,
yeah, and kind of dark out. So a bit different, but I mean, it's what's today's this? It's September
the 7th.
September
Yeah,
7th.
getting close
So
to the fall solstice,
it sure is.
fall equinox, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah,
Or Yeah,
yeah,
Equinox. Yeah, yeah. So, with that, I think we mentioned this last week, but it's just become ever more present this week as well. Is when we're going outside, walking around, there are leaves on the ground.
yeah.
Like there's not a ton, but there are just some different different color variations already being shown. So that's for some of us exciting. For most people, I feel in Western New York, they feel like part of their soul is dying.
Yeah.
For me, on the other hand, like I mean, you see, I got the fall color palette rolling. I'm all about it, dude. Like I
Yeah.
can't
Well,
I
the,
can't
the the
wait.
the
There's so much
crazy thing,
excitement in it, you know.
just the crazy thing about it, though, man, is it just happened very quick, like it very
Mm-hmm.
fast. It just came out of nowhere. It's almost like everybody's reality changed in a matter of a couple of days. It just went from and look, like the
Isn't
water
that like the
temperature.
first snowstorm too? How that goes too?
Yeah, I
Everyone's
mean, but it was very sudden.
yeah,
So
true.
I get it. Like we went from all these 90-degree things to all of a sudden, boom! Now we're highs in the 60s.
Yeah,
So it's a bit of a shock, but I'm stoked about it. Like
yeah. As am I. I'm
stay inside for now.
yeah.
You can come out later.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to a whole host of things this fall. I haven't had any days on the water, sadly, this week. Got a few hikes in, but uh, a lot of just planning and life stuff going on as well. So working on all of that, but really looking forward to catching a salmon, a steelhead this year. It has been 3 years since I've caught a steelhead, so that has got to change. Uh, Lake trout again this year, brown trout. I'm just yeah, I have not for the last several years. Like I've dedicated most of my fall to hunting, and so I think that obviously that does play a big role in like being out on the water less for steelhead. But this year I'm just feeling like that's
Got to
gotta make a
change, huh?
flip. So after we finish up the podcast, I'm gonna run over and actually get my spoon rod set up and everything for potentially hitting up the piers or the lower or something for see what happens in the
Yeah.
next few weeks. So that's right around the corner. It's like
I
just
mean, dude,
the
there's definitely
potential is
fish in the
already
creek. There's fish in some of the creeks. I
yeah,
mean, not in
wow,
huge
yeah,
numbers, but I've seen them coming up the Niagara.
yeah,
I've seen them staged out in the bar. I've seen them like just shooting up the river, like busting the surface near the docks. Like near the boat launch. Like
sweetness.
it's not like they're loaded in
Yeah, yeah,
there,
but
but
there's
like if you cast
opportunity.
around, you got you definitely
Yeah,
got a chance.
yeah. So that's on the docket for this upcoming week. Uh, I didn't bring any of the pieces with me today, but on my article I'll have some more of the photos. But I did get some more art done this week. Obviously, it's a daily thing, but just got some different fall leaves and stuff like that kind of going as well. So can't say there's too much else going on for me at the moment. But Ryan, I'm gonna let you take
Yeah,
over and you can go over your fishing adventures from the week.
yeah. Surprisingly, I was able to do 6 days this week. Um, the beginning part of the week, I mainly focused. I did like a bass trip on Monday, but then did walleyes Tuesday and Wednesday. And because Monday we at least had a little bit of chop and we're able to get into some fish, but Tuesday and Wednesday it was pretty glassy out there, and so that's perfect for deep water walleye fishing. So I did that for a couple days. Thursday, and that was good. Easy limits, but just not out of Buffalo. I fished out of Sturgeon Point on those days. But by all accounts, for walleyes, I mean we've had a series of rough days. I'll get to that, but early this week and probably beginning again today, it's still good from you know deep water stuff, 70 plus feet here all the way to Pennsylvania. So to get to that depth, Sturgeon Point or the Cat or Dunkirk or Barcelona, but Buffalo, I'm sure you can still get them out of Buffalo, but you got to run, a good ways offshore to do it. So it's a decision about burning gas in your truck versus burning gas in
Yeah.
your boat. But they're still around. That's good. But I spent most of my week bass fishing. Thursday was too big to get out, but Friday, Saturday, and today, I fished Lake Erie
Nice.
for smallmouth, and it was awesome. Well, I'll take that back. Friday, I totally forgot. That was crazy. I fished Lake Erie Saturday and today, but Friday I fished the lower. Friday was the
Oh
day
yeah.
that we had 40-mile-an-hour gusts of
Yeah.
wind. Like that was nuts. And I told this guy Dave and his daughter Marissa were coming into town from Allentown, PA, and they don't get to spend that much time together. She's a nurse and he's retired, so their schedules, whatever. They don't get to hang out that much. They wanted to fish. I'm like, I mean, dude, that weather's dicey, dude. I mean, we can get out first thing in the morning, and I'm sure we'll be able to make something happen. But the once that wind starts raging, it's just going to cut our day short. And I'm like, if you're down, like we'll go out and fish a few hours in the morning, and then following day, Saturday, I'll give you some extra time on the back end of that trip just to make it whole. And he's like, yeah, that's cool. So we went there, managed that one tanker walleye, another smaller one, and then a handful of bass, and then the wind just got insane,
Yeah. Yeah.
like huge white caps just coming straight down the chute of the river. It got big out there, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, this is a no go.
Yeah.
It just your drift speed's way too fast. There's not much, like, boat control is tough.
Mm-hmm.
So we called it. When we went out in Erie yesterday and today, we had great chop, like good 1 to 3s or 2 to 4s. So it was fairly big, and the action was ridiculous. Like, it was very, very consistent. Not by any stretch peak fall, but like we got a lot of big fish over the course of a couple days. Like in the 20s each day that we went out. So it
Nice,
was
man.
it
Solid.
ended up being good numbers, not
Yeah.
raging numbers yet. We're not definitely not at that point, but the size of the fish were good. They were healthy, not all that beat up. Hopefully, we don't get a bunch of tournament pressure over here from the Canadian side, beating up on the fish. But that was awesome to be able to do. Um, so that was the week. This next week is weird. Like, we're gonna have another. We've had all this chaos and wind for the past like 4 days, and then we're about to have 3 or 4 days of like totally calm, stable weather. Um, So I'll be out tomorrow targeting walleyes on the lower, but the rest of the week I have off. So I think
A session, and
we're gonna have
yes,
to get
that
a
would be.
Friday session in the water.
Yes, I'm highly
Two angles
looking
on
forward.
angling on the water session.
Yes, I'm highly looking forward to that. Perhaps the GoPro will get strapped back on for
There we
that,
go.
and we can get another one of the videos out. That was 2 years ago, I think. Now that was the first.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got to get back at that as well. Something else. Excuse me. I wanted to mention from my week that we talked about before the podcast, but I didn't bring up. But we've done full episodes where we just talk about music and stuff. So uh, I'll bring this up. Yeah, last night my dad, brother, and our friend Lonnie, we went out to Ithaca, New York, and saw the band Kaleo play at. I can't remember the name of the venue exactly, but that doesn't matter. Neither here nor there. But uh, yeah, it was just absolutely a phenomenal show. They have 3 albums out now. I think they like came on the scene in like 2020. Uh, so also for you, bro, something to check out. Everyone to check out, but because you queued it up on your phone. So they did a series of videos like 2020 through 2021, I think, where they recorded and did music videos in like wild, insane places. Like the one is
Really?
recorded with a volcano erupting in the back. One's recorded on an iceberg, one's in an ice cave, or like, dude, like it's
These aren't AI backgrounds; they're
no,
legit.
they're legit on the yeah,
No shit.
yeah, uh, yeah. It's pretty nuts. So highly recommend checking those videos out as well.
What did you see on the drive out as
What's
far as
up?
the trees?
Oh yeah, good point. Uh, Probably once we got like mid-state, like around Canisius Lake, I felt like there's just a little bit more color, but nothing was too crazy different. It seemed yet. I feel like had we gone south even just a bit more, there might have been a little more variation potentially. Because I always feel like when I'm heading down to PA, traditionally this time of year, once I get closer to my mom's, is when I start seeing a bit more color
Hmm.
earlier. But that could just be I don't know.
No,
I'll
I
have
mean
to see this
it's
year.
also
Yeah.
like it depends if they're on an eastern or western slope. Sometimes like which
Yeah.
ones
Good
get more
point.
or less light, or
Good
northern or
point.
southern slope. But yeah, I was just curious because we've definitely got leaves changing in my
Mm-hmm.
neighborhood.
Yeah.
I don't know. Every year it seems like it's happening. When it happens, it seems like it's happening too early. Like that's my thought in my head is like, man, it just seems super early. But maybe it was the same time. I should start
Yeah. I was just thinking about that. Yeah. Keeping
writing
track
down
of
when I
that.
see it
Yeah.
change.
Yeah.
But like this is the beginning of like it's the vibe is there. Like I keep thinking like we're gonna get hit with another stretch of 90s. Like I have this like
Yeah.
anxiousness. Like, can I really embrace this? Like, is this gonna stay? Are we
Yeah.
really getting into fall now?
Yeah.
Because the summer just went by real fast, and then, like I
Yeah.
said, dude, we had those handful of days where those big northeast winds came in, and it was like think about that, dude. Like we were in this steady pattern for months of like upper 80 degrees temperatures and next to no wind for months and months in a row,
Yeah.
just hardcore stability. Right, every once in a while we would get a wind. Like once a month we would get a northeast, and it would screw things up for a day, and that's it. But then all of a sudden, a couple weeks ago, this polar airstream just lined up with us. Like just some crazy cold weather with constant wind, northwests and west winds, just bearing down. All of a sudden, it just like a switch that
Yeah.
happens, and then wind starts blowing, water temperature drops 10, 11, 12, now 12, 13 degrees. Like that happened real fast. So it's like people's reality totally changed in a very short period of time. Not just the people, like the animals too.
Yeah. For sure.
Like it's definitely a kick in the ass versus a slow transition into
Mm-hmm.
like little doses of cool weather, which just makes you realize how fickle things are. Like if what if that an even colder air mass eventually lined up with us, and we started getting like super cold weather in September, and just
Mm.
like the whole climate change.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
whole climate would change over time.
Yeah.
It makes you realize that like things are definitely not stable. You
Yeah.
know, you just
Good
got to be
point.
flexible and be able to adapt to the change.
Yeah.
Thankfully, like the fish don't they seem to have been activated by it. Like especially the bass, man. Like the dude, those fish are just skyrocketing out of the water in waves. I mean, just I'm talking like dolphins shooting out of waves, arcing through the air, landing. I mean, just nuts. Like all of them are like they're just super oxygenated in the waves. They're pumped up. They're doing crazy, crazy. Like, dude, we caught over the past couple of days a handful of drum, and I was like only a handful though. And when you only catch a handful of them, it's awesome. When they're all you catch, it sucks, especially when you catch tons and tons of them. But like when one shows up, especially a stud, like an 8 9
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
pounder,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
like that's good stuff.
Yeah.
Like that
For
thing
sure. Yeah.
just
Yeah.
starts screaming, dragging. It's a totally different thing.
No doubt.
It's a nice surprise. When it happens all the time, it is not a nice surprise. There's a perfect balance out there right now of those two fish, and then you'll like bonus a walleye here and there while you do that. So it's like I just get pumped when for smallmouth. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep on tracking walleyes for a while. But I'm this we'll do one more podcast next weekend, and then I take off to my trip to North Dakota, and I'll
Okay.
talk about
Sweet.
that trip during that podcast. That's going to be a really good time. So between now and then, bookings are fairly minimal. So hopefully you and I will get out. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna get the boat work done, get some of my wrap. It's some of my wraps
Yeah.
starting to peel. I
Yeah.
need that fixed, and then get an oil change, and
Yeah.
we'll
Maintenance.
we'll be ready to go on Friday if we got the right
Sweet.
weather for it. So
Awesome.
cool.
Well, yeah. Looking forward to it, man. That's all I got today.
Me too.
All right. Well, tight lines, everyone. We'll catch you next week.
See you.